doing something different than what I was regularly doing. So, like, we are business people, we are banyas basically. Business is in our blood. Everybody in our family is into business, and the whole life revolves around work. Basically. So, acting was something which was so very opposite, like poles apart. And then I thought I wanted to do something which was very different from what I was doing every day, just to feel disconnected from this actual world which I was living in, and see how the other side of the world is, just for that. And so I went to New York Film Academy in New York. I learned acting for films over there. I enrolled on student's visa at the age of 59. I think all the actors who were with me were younger than me. Half my teachers were younger than me, but they were very supportive and it was fun. I think I really got to get back, back to school sort of days. And it was good. Then I came back and I did some work. And now I'm back to my regular work. Acting was just a stint. But yeah,
Right.
great experience.
Yeah, you also joined the Anupam Kher Actors
Actors
School.
Academy, yes. To understand the Indian part, because I think Indian acting is a bit loud, over the top. You have to really portray your emotions in a different way, whereas the English part is more subtle, and it's really portrayed in a different way. So the whole method acting is different there. And what people do over here, I wanted to understand both the worlds and see how both of them can be put together. So it was a good experience. I loved going to Anupam Kher. His academy is amazing. His teachers are great. So that was fun as well. Again, all the students were younger than me, and learning the dance, the Bollywood dance, and all those things also was a part of it. So that was fun as well.
Right, great. So you were on Amazon Prime, then Disney Plus, Hotstar, and finally on Netflix.
Right.
What was the journey like? And give us a little more detail about all the three shows.
Yeah. So when we started, I mean, when they call you for a role, and I've always told my agent, I want to do small roles because we cannot spare days on end. We have our business running, we have things happening here. So I always used to say, just give me small roles, and I'm happy with it because I can just come for a couple of days or 3, 4 days and then get back because I have a house in Mumbai. So when they tell me the role is for this or for this, it's going to come on this, it was like a dream. You see your actors there, and then you felt, oh my god, I'm going to be here. Oh my god, I'm here. And I just wanted to be have one show on each channel. I said that was my wish, and let me do it. So then I got Amazon, I got Hotstar, I got Amazon Mini, now I got Netflix. So I'm happy now. Like I'm done. I've covered all the things that way.
How was your experience working with Netflix on
The Netflix,
Netflix?
it was Sanjay Leela Bhansali, which very, very famous series called Hira Mandi. So that itself was an amazing experience to be on the sets with that team, that sort of a production house. That was extremely, extremely enlightening. And the only part was like, you just keep waiting in the van for your shot and you have nothing to do. And we have never been free. You're all the time on the go when you're at work. I used to wonder, first time I went, I was like just waiting for my shot. And then the next time I went, I took my books because I was studying to become an independent director. And I had my whole course with me. Let me take my books and go. So I could sit and study and wait for my shot. So everybody around there was so surprised, like that dress dada and the spot dada and all. They come to give you all food and stuff, and come with your clothes. Or what are you doing? I said, I'm studying. My God, we've never seen such things happening. So that again was good. But I think working with big production houses is something very, very enthralling, because you meet all these great people whose work you have seen over the years, and when you meet them in person, they're so down to earth, they're so human, and they're not like the idols that you make them out to be. They're absolutely human and amazingly friendly, and you just feel you're at home with them. It's something very, very rare to experience. And I think that world again is different. This world is different. Both have their pros and cons. And I think that experience was needed to appreciate this world. And,
Yes.
experience is needed to appreciate that world. It's like that.
Yeah, and I think that taking something from the entertainment world, it is so meticulously planned. Each and every detail, more so in Sanjay Leela Bhansali's films. The whole set is so nicely organized. It is like choreographed.
Yeah.
So that you can certainly drive in your business house.
Yeah, but also there is a lot of chaos when somebody comes. There's a lot of chaos, but there's a lot of order in that chaos. It's like that. So you realize that it's chaotic, but suddenly everything is just falling in line. When you see these
Right.
huge sets, actually it's just like two lanes of film studio that is there. And you wonder, like, oh my God, how did this whole thing happen in just this much place? But that's the beauty of filmmaking, I think. And a part of it is there with us in our production house. So I think, it continues there in a small way, uh, because we don't make huge films, but we are into making ads and we work with
Sure.
them.
So let's talk about your entrepreneurial journey. Which was your first company, Geeta, and how did you start it?
Yeah, so the first, I think I started my journey not because I wanted to start. I'm basically from, like I said, from a Banya family, but we are Kathiawadis, in India. So we come from the small place called Kathiawad, where your father takes care of you, then your husband takes care of you, then your son takes care of you. You're the queen of the house. Basically, at that point of time, in that era, like, I mean, this is talking about, decades back, I mean, 8, 10 decades back. So that was the world I saw, and that's the world in which I grew up. So a lot of entrepreneurship was there, but it was mainly the males at that time. It's only over a period of time that females started coming and becoming professionals. So we have a lot of professionals in our family, doctors, mostly doctors, engineers, and all. That that is the world I saw. And when I started work, it was basically because of the need of it. So at that point of time, I started with a small health club. We were into the business of health and fitness. And it started with a friend, and we continued with that. With that small 2000 square feet area where a fitness center was there, we were almost like the first one in Surat. And after that, we went into making a hotel project, which had a health club in it. So this just happened along the way. A fitness center ke baad something bigger, and what can be bigger along with it, you add a hotel where you can have a fitness center and stuff like that. So with that fitness center, the hotel, then with the hotel came the corporate hotel and the corporate banquet and all those places, a restaurant and stuff like that, and conference areas and stuff like that. So I had, like, over a period of time, देखते देखते within a matter of 10 years, एक पूरा सा एक empire बन गया था, with all its struggle, with all its ups and downs, with all its absolute, you know, negative phase, then going up and then again coming down and then again going up, and then again getting pulled. There were a whole lot of struggles that happened. But that's a different story. And now when you see it, you feel it all just made you stronger. It just was there to help you grow, to help you move, and to help you understand better. So whatever happened, that empire got built. And you suddenly realize you own a place which has got 26 rooms, it has got conference halls, it has got banquet halls, it has got a whole huge gym, it has got so many members and so many clients. And we were close to the Hajira belt, so we had a lot of corporates who were our clients, and it was just fabulous. That whole journey was so very interesting. At that point, there were times when I used to say, oh my God, why? Why is this happening? This is not right. This should not happen. And then suddenly things would fall in place. So I think everybody goes through a journey like this where there are lots of negative points, lots of struggles, lots of chaos, a lot of stress, a lot of, I think 10 years of your life has to be something like this. If you are self made and if you have no godfather, or you don't have, something hereditary which has come down to you, if you have to start something and make it your own, then it is going to take some time. So for me, it took that decade, But I think that decade just set me up for the rest of my life. That has been such a beautiful journey. After that, I sold that business to Country Club. We exited. After that, I thought, oh, I'm set. Now I don't want to do anything. I'm just going to enjoy life, travel the world, do this, do that. But then within 6 months, I was fed up. I wanted to do something more. So, along with the health club, when we had a hotel, we had started running other people's restaurants, health clubs. We were taking up projects which were on, management and consultancy basis. So we did a whole global school with you take up as a project, do it for a couple of years, set up all the SOPs, set up all the systems, train the staff, train people, and then hand it over to them. So we continued doing those projects. That was my daughter and me. My daughter was quite old by then. So two of us used to do all this. And then I think this all just led from one thing to another, one thing to another. While doing all those things, again, COVID happened. At that point of time, we just stopped everything. And my daughter was now in Mumbai by this time, and I was in Surat. My father had passed away. So his business came down to me as a legacy, which I had to run. That's an export firm, and it's there since 1968. We are basically sourcing and buying agents and exporters. So we are into large kitchen equipment, and we have our clients based mainly in the Middle East. We have our vendors all across India. So and all this is like on sort of automation mode because
Right.
I had been doing it from so many years. So the clients are with us since a couple of generations, and this continued. So it was just one thing to another. You didn't have time to think, stop, now what? It just started coming, one step by step. Uh, and then once in COVID, we decided, my daughter was in Mumbai. She was an image consultant. And then she got into films and she was doing styling, and they were doing a whole lot of work assisting in production. And they were working with other production houses and stuff like that. And then she wanted to have her own production house. So we said, if you are doing the whole production house, let's do it in Surat. You can work pan India, but let's have the whole back end systems here where I can really supervise. We have our connects here. We are well settled in Gujarat. We know Gujarat very well. We know this market, this psyche. And we know there is a real big need in Gujarat. So you can work pan India, but our whole back end system, post production, everything is there in Surat. So then I got to learn again a new business. So that came from my dad, this came from my daughter. What I did, I sold. And now I'm doing all the things which everybody wants to do. It's like that.
Okay, so obviously your daughter is handling the production house right now. How do you balance guiding her while giving her the space to lead?
I think the guidance, she has also seen a world in which I was struggling and I was growing. So basically she has grown up in that world. She knows business again through what she has seen her Nana and me doing. And hence she has got a fair idea of what things are. But I basically like to guide her into, I think nowadays youngsters are very, very professional. And when we were younger, we did a lot of things on relations. We were all the time into building relations, building up contacts, keeping those relations for generations, you know, not project wise. I would love that to be a part of you know, her legacy. That you maintain with every client a generational sort of a relationship. And that is something which I think I give a lot of input in, because that is something which I feel that at times I feel, okay, this project, let's do it and let's go to the next. Let's take it as a generation. That makes a lot of difference in building your business. So that is one part. I take care of their the whole admin and the accounting and all that, because she is traveling all the time. She is between Mumbai, Gujarat. She travels to wherever the shoots are. So one person is here taking care of
You are the anchor.
the anchor. Yeah, you can say that.
Let's talk about your YouTube channel. Tell us about your projects like, Shot with Big Shot podcast, Ulta Pulta, the
Or
comedy series.
the best part was, we started the YouTube channel because once I came back after acting, I said, I don't know whether anybody's going to take me or give me roles. And say, you want to act now? Let's start our own channel. ठीक है, ऐसे कर लेते. That was the best start, कि कुछ ऐसा कर
Mm,
लेते. But we did start the channel before I went to New York Film Academy. At that time, I started getting interested in acting. I kept saying, I want to go, I want to act, I want to do this, I want to do that. So she said, Mom, why don't you just start with a podcast, which will give you confidence in front of the camera, and then we take it from there. So we started this because we were anyways into production. We had all those connects. So we had all these friends who were there to come in as guests and, sort of give the interviews and all. So we did almost 4 seasons of Shot with Big Shot. In COVID, we did one which was on Zoom. So we did the whole Gujarat industry in music. We did all these really, really traditional singers who came from, who had millions of views to their songs and all, but very, very traditional and, coming from small villages and making it big. So we did that whole thing series. Then we wanted to do something comedy because what we did with Sita or Geeta in that was the whole, to Geeta being the Sita and Geeta is the same person. And it's like what I have faced in society. So, being a single mom, when people look at you traveling alone, when people make their, give their comments, India is still a little bit, or rather, Surat is still a little bit of an orthodox place where all this was concerned while I was having my journey. Now it's become a very different place. So I
mm,
used to have all these, people giving such comments on the clothes or on my traveling alone or on my stay living alone. So we tried to see the whole funny side of it and make the whole thing as Sita or Geeta, which was really fun while doing because it was reliving all those experiences. And they did बहुत उल्टा because it was at that point of time when we were doing, I was shooting for Sanjay Leela Bansali also. We had to shoot one whole night, because I was suddenly called that you have to be on set tomorrow. So we had a whole team over here and we said, now kuch bhi karo, we can't shoot tomorrow, we have to shoot at night. So we shot the whole night. I left at 4 in the morning and I was on the set at 7 in Mumbai and then again shot on that day. So we've had all these crazy experiences while being in this industry, but it's been such an amazing, journey. So yeah,
yeah, your life is full of experiences, Geeta.
full,
From
absolutely.
business to films to acting. Oh my God,
But
it's
there's
just
never a dull moment. We always say there's never a dull moment. There's something unexpected. Suddenly it comes up, and then we have to run. Let's run. Let's do this. It's like that. So yeah,
okay, Geeta. You are also an author. Your best is yet to come.
right.
Emphasizes on self-love and self-appraisal. What inspired you to write it, and
This was
what's the message you want to get the readers?
Yeah. So this was during COVID. And again, these were the points, lessons learned in life because I think my pivot came after the age of 50 when I did a whole lot of things. At the age of 45, I became a Reebok certified fitness trainer. At the age of 58, 59, I went to New York Film Academy. So there were such pivots and such things which I did, which people may do in their young age. They don't do it in at this age. They feel no, now we have got grandchildren. Now तो ये season, time है भजन और प्रवचन वही करते हैं. अब तो उम्र हो गई. अब तो क्या? So I have seen a whole lot of people say these things, and I feel that is not correct. You have got so much of life left in you. You've got so much to do. There is always something which you could learn. There's always something which you could do. There's always something which you can make into a passion and make your life very interesting. So, this was all in my head that when I see people talking about retirement, abhi grandchildren ho gaye, so agreed, you need to spend time with your grandchildren, but that cannot become your life. You have your own life. You have to live that life to the fullest. And my whole message was that whatever your age, if you feel you want to learn something, just go ahead and learn it. There's no age, there is no time, there's no nothing that can limit you except yourself. And it's a very cliched saying, but yeah, that is exactly what it means.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Now, coming back to entrepreneurship and startup founders and people like that, what advice would you like to give to entrepreneurs who want to enter the content creation and branding industry?
I think they should just jump into it. because this is what every startup requires, right? Every startup, every business needs to be known. And to know,
Yeah.
for people to know you, you need to brand, you need to develop your brand, you need to let people, tell the story of your own brand to people. So every person who is thinking about this, no doubt now AI is coming in. Those are tools which can help you, develop better content. There are so many things which you could do. But for all young entrepreneurs, I think they've got so much now to choose from. I mean, the type of accessibility and availability of knowledge, of different types of resources, of different types of mentors, of different types of platforms is so beautiful now that this is absolutely the right time for anybody wanting to start any entrepreneurial venture. Uh, they should really go for it and just, be there, sustain, be there,
Sustain.
don't give up. No,
Yeah.
go to it. Let it be for next 4 5 years. Just let it be. Don't go. I've seen, the saddest part is I've seen many times these youngsters. We see it in Thai also. The minute they join as associates, why have you joined Thai? I want to raise funds. I mean, it cannot happen the minute you join. It cannot happen the minute you think of some idea that you're going to sort of, raise funds. You be bootstrapped, go as far as possible on your own, and then see where it leads you and what you require. So I think every entrepreneur should give it a go and experience it. It's beautiful. It's going to be there. It's going to be tough. It's going to have its challenges, but that's all the fun. When you look back, you'll realize how good it was.
Yeah, coming to an end, Geeta, tell us about your journey with Thai SoCal, Thai Surat, and you being the charter member there, how the ecosystem is, and what Thai Surat is doing to help the startup and
Yeah,
entrepreneur
yeah.
ecosystem.
Thai Surat is very vibrant. I think for a new club, we are quite new. I mean, I don't think we are just about 4 5 years old. And for that also, we are very vibrant. I think our Thai women is doing well because we have a lot of women-led projects and we would love to support women-led projects. And there are a lot of our mentors and a lot of our members, charter members, who are doing amazing work in anyways in the startup ecosystem. They have got their own ventures also on a personal level. They have joined up with Thai and with passing on this whole thing to the youngsters in this community. I think Thai Surat is really looking forward. I mean, forward in the sense, future forward. They're really jumping into something which is, people would have thought maybe Surat जैसी छोटी city में ऐसा नहीं हो सकता है, Surat being from a small city, people really don't know much about it. When people coming from US and all that, they come and they see, they think, oh my God, you'll do this in Surat. Oh my God, you all are having such type of projects in Surat. They're so surprised, but they shouldn't be. I think being a smaller city and being a smaller community, people are much more accessible to each other, and people are really out there to help. They are out there to pull you up. They are out there to push you up. So I think I've seen this pull and push very, very nicely in this city. And all the charter members we have got, I think right now we have nearly 70 of them. And I mean, each one is someone which you should meet. You really feel that inko milna zaruri hai. You must get together with them and talk to them. So I think Surat journey has been fabulous. Our presidents have been fabulous till now. All three of them, starting with Sanjay Bhai, it went on to Kashyap Bhai. Now Ashfaq Bhai is doing an amazing job. So I think all of them have really put in that effort since the last 2 terms I've been on the board. I was leading Thai Women at one point. Now I'm the vice president this time. And I think working with all this group has been, and I think these people are very, they think that हम अगर ये नहीं करेंगे तो और कौन करेगा? It is up to us. We have to do it. We can't wait for somebody to do it. Let's take the lead. Let's do it. It's like that. We just want to do it. That's the spirit that they. So I
Yeah,
think
and another thing which I found very nice, that how the trio chapters are working together, Thai
yes,
Baroda and Thai Hyderabad.
yes.
This is amazing.
this was something which was always there in everybody's heart, that let's get together and make a whole Thai Gujarat, it was like that. Like, not just we have Thai Surat, Baroda, Ahmedabad, let's just have it as Thai Gujarat. And that is the beauty of it. And all the members of Baroda and Ahmedabad also, oh my God, they are absolutely amazing. The minute you talk to them, the minute you just say, I'm from Thai Baroda, I'm Thai Surat, Thai Ahmedabad,
Yeah,
that's the only word that you require for the person to immediately bond.
yeah,
Immediate.
yeah, yeah,
So, and now we have Jatin also on the board, the global. Look
yeah,
at that. His journey also has been amazing. So I think all of them, and I think this time all our three presidents are related to NASCOM. So they have got that in common. And I think so many things are there that just binds everybody together, I think.